to a point of clarification of something at the end, or after knowing or after being aware of something, I end up with a question. Always there, that makes me move on, like go on in the form of inquiry, and I stop there. Like usually it happens before I close my laptop. I feel like yes, today I have done it, and at last moment I feel yes, this is always it remains in the question form. And that, like I have tried to express in my definition of love also, like always a kind of incompleteness is always there, and that makes me move on for the next day to explore something new and to add something, and that makes me move on. And why I keep that challenge is in the form of uh, I feel I need to be, my ego should be heard, like in the very common language, challenging status quo, or in very common language I use, my ego should be heard, like to be heard. That should be a challenge for me. In my case, if somebody prays or if people say very good words to me that rarely touch me, that is yes, it is okay, this is okay, like I appreciate that, but that doesn't make me very happy with that. But when I get the challenge that makes me move on, yes, I need to have something done. Like sweet ego, I call it sweet ego to that, and that sweet ego makes me move on. That is most probably that is my nature. Like some people may be motivated by the very good words, praising words, and appreciation. I appreciate people because I feel like if I appreciate, they may be motivated, and I also have that heart, like I also want to hear appreciation, but more than appreciation I move because of that hurt, and that makes me quite strong to move on. Most probably that is the reason why I put the question, and question is uh, powerful in my continuous journey.
It's
That is
also,
that is not the actually challenge. That is the motivating question. Let's say.
well, I think that that's part of your nature,
Yeah,
Parvati.
yeah, yes. Truly. I wanted to tell the same. This is the part of my nature. Like, if there is no question, if there is nothing to explore, so that will be the end.
Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Well,
Yes.
I mean, when wanting to make a better world, wanting to help others, wanting to improve things, improve yourself. I mean, that is, you know, the way you are. That's your ontology, right? So I mean, it's a matter then just of being able to describe and explain what that looks like to your readers. What is it that you do and say that that shows you living those values that are so important to you? And then how do you know? I mean, what is the data that tells you that you are living that way or you're not? And then you're a living contradiction.
Yes. Mm. Yeah. These days, like the more I study and the more I go continue with my writing, I feel uh, the engagement with the living theory and the way we are discussing since long, and it is making me more confident to and this is a kind of a strength. Like everybody, like many people, they cannot explain publicly, and they cannot tell what they have done and how they have done. They write, or they write in very complex words, and uh, the confuse that confuses the readers and the audience, and they don't publicly share with that, and quietly they share among their colleagues, and this just finish up and just they give big talks. I must say they give big talks, but uh, that I feel is the way we are discussing and doing that is making me more confident, and uh, I I did not. I cannot say I did very great job, but I did not do very common thing. I did something very meaningful and that have made impact to the teachers. And I can also by writing and publishing, I can impact so many other through my writing. So I feel like that confidence is developed within me, and gradually I'm expressing through my sharing also with my colleagues and in my public spheres, like the way I choose the words, the way I'm doing that, I can myself sense that yes, that is because of this engagement, our engagement, let's say, has made me more confident to communicate with uh, strong voice, like to make them understand.
And so that, uh, do you, how do you know that? I mean, I know you, inherently you know that, but do you hear your colleagues say, um, Parbati, I see a growing confidence in you and your ability to express your ideas?
Recently, we have PhD colloquium. In the PhD colloquium, uh, me myself and other PhD students and other students, including my supervisor, is there in the group, and he asked me to share what you have been doing these days, and I shared last time I shared a poem with you, the same poem I shared with him, and he said like at times, as far as I remember his words, he said, at times I must tell you that you have made a good progress. Last year you were in 5%, like as he is mathematician, mathematic teachers, and then like he's more with that. His background is mathematics. You are 5%. Now you are 105%. I should say 1005. So he said 5 to 1005. So that was very big compliment to me, and I gained more confident. Yes, I'm uh, whatever I am sharing to him, that is meaningful. So that made me confident. The same thing, if that was not appreciated, I would not feel like that is meaningful to me. So sharing with you in the same manner, the way I share with you and the way your words make me confident, yes, this is the in that way. And next
So,
thing, next compliment, one of my colleagues, she shared in the, there was one webinar of women participant, and there I commented like everyone was uh, telling all the negative aspects of the uh, women, let's say women students and the housewives, and I said like, why don't we see the better part, like I have been getting very good time and I have got enough time to sit and to write, and this lockdown is not much um, uh, like hampering to me. So I said very good part, and one of my colleagues said, you are very calm, you are very peaceful, and how it happens to you. So maybe I'm confident enough what I'm doing because of this, the word, her words. said, I'm not worried, I'm not tensed, because everyone seemed to so much worried and tense and frustrated. The words were so all negative words. So I didn't see any such kind of negativity. And one of my colleagues who was working with me in the university, she said that, and that made me, yes. And I later on I realized, yes, maybe she found me peaceful.
So have you written that, what you just told me now? Have you written that anywhere?
And no, I haven't written.
So what you need to do is write that little episode down
Mm.
and then share it with your colleague and ask her to verify it. Say, you know, I this is what I remember of our conversation. And
Mm.
maybe an email, and then she could email you back and say, yes, that was definitely our conversation, and that's what I said.
There only, she said last time also, she is always like that. Last time also she was she like, that was compliment which she gave me few months back, and again she repeated that. I think that is not the first time which she said. A few months back also she told me the same.
But what I'm trying to explain to you that this is actually data
Okay.
that will provide evidence
Mm.
that support your claim that you are improving, right?
Mm. Mm.
And so you somehow you need to get that documented. So if
Okay.
you to write that down, that what you just described for me,
Mm.
and then had her verify it by saying, yes, that is the growth. That's or improvement in Parbati, then you have the evidence to support
Okay. Mm. Okay, sure.
all
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that.
because that's how you bring in the other voices. I mean, your voice is very important in this research,
Mm.
but you bring in other voices. The other voices include these colleagues who give you feedback
Mm.
and validate your way of being. And the
Mm.
other is drawing from the literature to say, this is these are here are some other people who think similarly to the way I do, or who don't think this way.
Mm.
Then we start to build up the documentation.
Mm. I will do that.
Good. So when you're presenting, or when you're sharing,
Mm.
um, I mean, the ideal way is to videotape it, which you know.
Sorry.
Yep. The perfect way to do it is to videotape you presenting and the dialogue with your colleagues.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
can't, if you can't do that, then get something in writing so that they can validate what you're playing.
Okay.
Follow me?
Yeah, I will. I will. Yes, I will try to. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even a photograph
Mm.
is
Sure.
another piece of data. But
Mm.
your journals, your writing, your videotapes, your emails, all of those are part of the whole data set that you can provide an explanation of your way of being.
Mm. Yes.
Well, you understand?
Yes. Yes. I do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're making great progress. I'm going to be very excited to see the writing that you that's behind these slides.
Thank you. I will. Yes, I will go through from tomorrow. I will continue just few paragraphs I went through, and I will continue from tomorrow.
Perfect. Um, One of the things I was going to ask you was how your e-jolts article is coming along.
Ijo, sorry.
The paper you have in e-jolts that's been reviewed, have you responded to the reviewers?
No, I'm improving that.
Okay.
I'm improving that.
You know, well, let me know when you need some help.
Sure, I will be asking with you. First, I will finish how much I can do, and wherever I stock, then I will be writing to you.
Okay, great. Because I think once we get that article done, we should start working on our own.
Hmm. We have, I guess, we have so many things with us to write there. We uh, just we
Yeah.
need to organize. Yeah, we need to organize these things there clearly. I think we have so many things.
Okay, so my garden is calling my name.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yes.
I have a lot of garden,
Oh,
and it's a lot of work, but I love it.
that makes you alive, lively. Let's say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm making a waterfall and a pond.
Oh, exciting.
I know it's really neat,
Yeah.
and I have little fish in my pond.
Okay.
It's just a
Great.
little, just a little backyard one.
Mm,
It's a lot of work.
yes. That means you are enjoying.
I am. Yes, I am.
Mm,
So next week,
yeah. Next week.
lovely. Great to see you.
Yeah. Good
Keep
to see you too.
smiling.
Yeah.
Good to know you're well.
Yeah. Okay. Good night. Good night to me, and have a good day to
Yes,
you.
so much.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.